Supreme Rising. It's cold today. That cold coming in. I can go. I did a upload yesterday, yo, and I had started to upload it, and it was like, I don't know, 60, 70% in, and then I deleted it, right? Reason why I deleted it because some plans, it's for me it's easy to put together the plan in my head on what to do, right? It's easy for me to say, all right, let's do it like this and it'll work that way. That's easy. But it's not the same if somebody does it out of pure intention. See, my job is to let you see it the right way, help you see it the right way. So therefore, you can start walking on your path the right way and correct mistakes through life for everything. You know, some of you, and I got them in my family too. They're so wrapped in themselves, they can't see what they do. And they expect, it's like they want you to treat them, they want you to treat them the way they will never treat you. They want you to treat you like that. And then they still have this air of entitlement to a value. Like, have you ever seen somebody treat you or flex like they love you with the air of nothing behind it? And they go all the way out like, you know how I it's like, why would you say that if only thing you care, only reason why you're doing that is because you care about yourself, not because you care about the person. You're worrying about what you got going on and all that. And it's always gonna be that as a thing in reality for certain situations. The reason why I'm coming at it this way is because you have to choose to do things from a higher perspective. If you always gonna choose to do it from the capability of where you at, right? The capability, or if you're happy or if you're sad or how you feel, you're gonna fail the divine every single time. Like the divine gave you life, the Almighty gave you life and let you keep it. Easily, the Almighty can say things like, "Give me that soul back for a little bit. Don't worry about your body. Just let it sit there. I'll put it back when I'm finished." You know what I'm saying? Like, and you like, wait a minute, but the flesh gonna rot without the light inside of it. Don't worry about it. You'll be okay. You might look like a zombie, but you'll be alright. Don't worry about it. It's that type of energy. And as much as people want individuals, I'm not gonna throw no title, to come bring them knowledge that's not known by the human mind or the average person, or you know what I'm saying, like high level knowledge. What's the point of me giving it to you if it's no reciprocity? That's how the world brings destruction to situations. Like, why would I sit here and pour out everything I got on social media? No, there's no finances come through none of my financial programs. There's no support what I'm supposed to. And then it was a sarcastic video dude put out. His title was, are you chilling or hanging out with God again today? I'm like, I see everybody who be hating on me. I see all of y'all, cuz the best thing you got is the skill of articulation, and that's still a detriment to yourself. That's the biggest detriment to yourself, because you think you can explain things with AI. You think The world has finally came far enough for you to finally speak things that you're unable to speak for yourself, and that's not true. AI don't know what they doing. It has to work off information that's put inside of it. That's the only way it works. And if you don't have the truth, you just think you're entitled, you think you're smart, you think you're intelligent, you're only putting bull-ish inside AI. So that's the reality of calculation on that. Now, if you want things to work, you have to do them from a place. That's why selflessness is a thing. All praises to the Most High. Divine shows how it's supposed to be done. And that's why I spend time with the Most High. Because it's not about, and I thought about it. I had 2, 3 different videos. Because I'm like, maybe I'm not, I need to put more out. I don't care about the algorithm, yo. I got over 1,900 videos. 1,900. Okay, that's a lot for the time frame. You know what I'm saying? 1,900. So, and it's a lot of knowledge in there. It's tons of knowledge. People don't want to be correct themselves. They want to get to where you are now and kind of scoop up that powerful knowledge and as act as if it's theirs. I told people a long time ago in plenty of my bills, if you want this information I have, support me. Pay me for my knowledge and I'll give it to you. I have no problem with that. But you have to put it out the right way. I just had Illuminati go in my inbox. This lady commented on a picture. She like, "Is I love talking to you and I would like to talk to you again." I'm like, "Talk to me? I've never spoken to you a day in my life, lady. Like, what are you talking about?" And then she gets in my inbox talking about an opportunity and don't pass it up and all this, and you'll have 300,000s and thousands of dollars, and they always coming at me all the time. I had like it was like what 15, 12, 15 different Masons on my TikTok page, all following me on the low without me knowing. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, why everything gotta be stupid? Like, why everything gotta be retarded? Like, and then she puts in her comment, "We're not sacrificing no one. It's not, nobody's gonna get hurt." Like, I'm like, yo, this is crazy. I got tons of knowledge to offer the world. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I did like a whole official governing body bill yesterday, like talking about how they move within the systematic ways of the government down to the people. And I thought it was pretty dope. It was pretty powerful, but I was like, and I was actually happy about it. I have it all here. You know what I'm saying? I was actually happy about it. But then, after 30 minutes of me waiting for it to upload or whatever, I just felt the need to delete it. And I'm like, genuine, being genuine. I can speak to it, but what does that do for me? You don't do nothing for the people of knowledge now, but you want everything the people of knowledge have. And that's just to wash it. That's just to wash it in a retrospect. My comprehension is not based off having someone of those statures be able to take the knowledge and do anything with it. You can't. This is not about having you play any particular role. A steward is just what a steward is. It looks after and makes sure everything else goes right. Nothing more. So I don't need you doing commercials for me. I don't need you running the government. I don't need you being authority. I don't need you, you know, I don't need you in the way. You know what I'm saying? Like, not for nothing, you can learn a lot if you got out of the way. You know what I'm saying? Like, but everywhere we look, there's somebody trying to force authority, trying to force in front, trying to push in front. Hey, look at me first. It starts to create the attribute of what a narcissist is. And that's where people actually learn that from, by watching other cultures push their way to the front with no regard of circumstantial situations or accountability. So that was that was created, and then that was seen as the slightest thing that you can do to equate or exhume the level of what you wanted correct and power to look like. So that whole look at me first energy, that's where the narcissist energy came from. See me more than you see everything else. You know what I'm saying? And that's not a reality. You know what I'm saying? It's a condition. It's a condition based off fear. People only fall into notions that are the propagated through the propagated through the understanding of whatever failed concept came into existence to give you a rational way to look at your turmoil. So divine creations wouldn't have the concept of anything indifferent to their natural understanding. They wouldn't know nothing else. So when you have these other standpoints that are running rampant through everywhere, like everywhere, just society, period, how you feel about this, how this shouldn't go this way, and this not right, this that wrong, and da 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 da, and this that, and you could be doing the da da da, everything that somebody has to say, right? Opposed to what someone is. If a person just want to sit on a knot on a log, that ain't got shit to do with you. This was Satan, the combator. This was Satan, the one who went to go against. Period. So half of the country, more than half, majority of the values that come into fruition in itself, most of the values that exist are off combatants. A man that's fearful of the world has to have his house in a certain order. So he bases off how he raises children off of the fear that he's gained for the world. A woman who has had certain relationships based off how she allowed the man to be or whatever, and that's how she particularly treated her children. So that outcome in itself is what destroyed and built division in everything. It started with destruction of the homes, and those two concepts have destroyed divinity. The man being afraid of what's going on in the world, bowing down to men that are lesser than him, has thrown away his divinity, and he can only inflict what he feels towards his children because they're smaller than him. It makes him feel like a man. Then the woman who has lost from the false retrospective understanding what's supposed to be in a relationship, garnered by the collective understanding of how the government is trying to control this as a value, has literally thrown away her precious. Those are the two things. So that mentality has grown into so many different accolades as far as the value. You now has let it recreated itself through lineages. So now when it comes back up through your child or your great grandchild or whatever, and they feel some type of way, but they don't know why, it's because of what you have let take place. It's what you have allowed. It's what you think to be real. It's what you are afraid of. It's what you bow down to. And y'all don't be wanting to see this. Y'all just be wanting to fight for that shit like you was right. You be what? We got to change. Change what? Change what? The fact that you failed constantly, you was greedy constantly, that you lied constantly, and now that shit is catching up with you. And you want to teach that because you don't want to look like everything you've done has failed. Yes, it has. That's a reality. You can't force people to look at someone else as if they're failures if they have accomplished the things that they've tried to do. But if everything you've done has been based off the wrong understanding, the best answer you have is, I failed. That's all you got. There's nothing wrong with that. You can say, you know what, I believed in this system and it didn't work for me. That should charge you up to be a different person. Instead of looking for the answers or trying to see if somebody's going to bring y'all the knowledge, why don't you do something different? Because not for nothing, the controlling party of the world, the controlling ratios of the world, whether people want to look at it in a certain way, whether you want to accept it, whether you think that is a certain understanding or outcome or how to visualize anything, it's actual. Like you can't go like this to actuality just because you want to believe it. You know what I'm saying? Just because you don't want turmoil to be in the world, you can't cover your eyes to it. That's how you get smacked with a brick, believing that things are good when they're not. Oh, some people is like this and some people ain't like this. I don't walk around with that. You got to show me that every given time, every waking moment. That's not something that you walk around with a paper and a badge. You don't walk around and say, well, some people are good and some people are bad. You don't walk around with that. They got to prove that to you. I don't give a damn what you look like. Everybody got to prove that to me. You got to prove you're on my team. But I got leniency in some aspects. I know I have discernment. Just because I'm talking to you don't mean I forgave you. I might have let something go don't mean I forgot it. It's a fact. Divine ain't make us stupid. And that be the difference. People be banking on you being dumb. You being stupid, and then they'll say that to other people. Oh, they're stupid. They dumb. They don't really know. They don't really know what we did. Divine shows everything, yo. Divine don't show half. But divine teaches full protection. See, that be the difference with people. Like, this is what I'm talking about, the master architect. So anything that needs to be completed by the master architect is going to be done. So your awareness of how you're seeing things is only from a failed perspective. So you like, oh, they not acting this way because if they had a new, they would have acted out this way. But divine is architecting that individual to comprehend. So it's not a failed comprehension. It's a masterful comprehension. That's the difference. Where you have your entitled way of looking at life. Oh, I must be seeing it right. It can't be this. It can't be that. You're not the divine. You know nothing of the Almighty because you constantly try to do this. Even if you was listening to my words, you wouldn't comprehend what I'm saying because in your mind, you are entitled. You believe that how you see it is the way. You do not follow the divine. You don't line up behind the Almighty. So automatically, you're going to retrospect that to how you feel, which is wrong. Period. Every human being that exists on the earth is failed. Every single one. You are a failed creation. There is nothing here on the earth that is complete. Nothing. Everything wants to be complete. But you have it naturally set in motion like kindergarten, first grade, second grade. You can start. You can start at some point and have divine show you. People are not going to do that. They'll rather seem as if they're right. They'll rather say, hey, look at me. Something wrong was done to me and that makes me right. No, it don't. No, it don't. Your rationale is crazy. You only fix things you done wrong by replacing that with an action. The same action you use to destroy that energy, that's the same action you have to use to fix it. Sorry don't mean nothing. People are sorry you to death and all that. Walking around acting like ain't nothing happened. All right, that's fine. I put it in the hands of the Most High. I'm not holding on to nothing. There's no control within that value that states precedence. You are not at a strong point in your life. You're not at a strength. You don't command or demand anything. Divine will show you these things. And this is how it starts to play out. This is what you start to realize. But then since you losing grip to reality, you start looking at, wait a minute, let me try to grab and hold on to something. Let me see if I can say or do something. That shit don't be mattering. It's all going to play out how it's supposed to. All praises to the Most High. No matter how people feel or what they think or what the contingencies to whatever they understand or your rationale, none of that shit don't matter. It's all in the hands of Almighty all the time. That's why when you start leaning towards certain things, you have to weigh what you leaning towards by the Spirit. That means check and see that divine is in that. Don't let them talk you to death. Know that divine is in that. You can have some things that come from up under a religious understanding, and they ain't got nothing to do with Almighty. Just because they come from around people that's like that, don't mean that don't mean they deal with that. And this is the problem about some people who just don't grow up listening to their parents. You go around the world thinking that you grown. You never solidified what paying attention and maturity really was. You just kept doing how you wanted to do things. And you thought that shit was never gonna catch up with you. Is you crazy? All praises to the Most High. So, with people wanting to know knowledge and talking about come back and drop the Jews, and some people, I get it. Some people are, some people rise off of the knowledge, and the ones that deserve it, I get it. But that's why I got my links in my description. If you want to rise, you can contact me directly. You know what I'm saying? And we can have a conversation. You can have a consultation. You know what I'm saying? You can support what you want to learn from, not sit back like a pig with a trough and eat for free. No, that's not how it works. I had to struggle to get this knowledge I got. I don't care what people think about me. They don't look like they've been through something. I don't care what you think, I do real work for the divine, period. Sometimes that work is on me. Sometimes that work is on me. This is an imperfect body. When I sit there and I watch people always running their mouth every day, I'm like, damn, how you got time to learn when that's all you do is talk? That's why I said, how you gonna learn if you talking? I see some people put 30 videos up a day. Literally like back to back to back to back to back. I'm like, yo, you did that shit from early in the morning to late at night. That means you're doing nothing else in your life. Despite that, you must have got that information from somewhere because you don't have time to make it. Think about what I'm saying. So you got a percentage of people in the world that's not learning nothing. They don't have no true knowledge. They're too busy, and you can tell by the time in the day. You took that, how much time it takes to make a video of that length. Edit it, AI, whatever you got going on. That an hour and something. I'm an engineer by trade. Okay, I did that for a long time, despite other things that I'm able to do. But I'm an engineer, so I know what it takes to put into video editing, music editing, and all that. There's no way in hell you're going to have a finished product of 45 minutes to an hour, and it don't take about 3-4 hours to make that, 5 hours to make that. Depending on the program you use it to. Are you talking about editing? Whatever, yo. Whatever. Yeah, I'll wait. You know what I'm saying? So you see how everybody runs, and they'll have thousands and thousands of views. Hundreds of thousands of views. Hundreds and hundreds of likes and comments. You know what I'm saying? People are running over there, unless they paying for their views. People are running over there to give. The same mind attracts the same mind. So a mind that doesn't have anything is going to attract minds of nothing. That's the majority of the earth. So when you get lots and lots of views, it's no sustenance. It's no sustenance in where they're going, because there's no sustenance in the people. They only going to eat what they full of. You know what I'm saying? If you full of shit, you going to go eat more of that. You know what I'm saying? It just because it sound good don't make it true. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I get it. Like, do you know when I'm moving around or I'm talking to people in life, I talk to the creme of the crop of people. Be some of the best people in the world. Randomly just running into them. Like, yo, don't know this person, happen to have a conversation with them, end up having a real deep, in-depth conversation, and being able to have the opportunity to express certain points that are not or normally not given in a regular conversation, but can be expressed at this point. That means you left an essence with that person. I've done that numerous amount of times in my life. Majority of the time, it's like that. You get a chance to really express the people who deserve it. Most people have a fight that they're dealing with inside of them, and majority of the time, that fight is based off if you're gonna keep doing wrong or you're gonna start doing right all the time. And those two things, the right leads you to leaving right or wrong alone so you can walk the divine path. But you have to go right in order to get to that path. It's like a it's like take 1 to 22. You know what I'm saying? Or take 55 to 34. You know what I'm saying? Like that. So you're only going down the right path to get on Highway 1. You know what I'm saying? That's how that works. So a lot of people, they never get that far. They get as far as, I did the right thing, didn't I? No, you didn't. You thought in your mind, because you selfish. You thought that was enough. You over here judging for the Most High. You over here standing in the Most High's shoes. Well, I'm going to say this. I'm going to do this. That's enough. No, it ain't. Who told you that? You didn't fix what you broke. You got shit to deal with. And whatever comes with that is that's your issue. That's your problem. Leave me. I've been treated like shit my whole life. That's just a fact. On all types of scales. And I started noticing how people move and how they think. Most cultures, most cultures are not, they don't go through the things that our culture has went through. They come up with this learning to love your family. And if you break that love, the family is destroyed. So then they have more of a regimen of what that is. That don't make them better at this than we were. That just means we were put through more things so that we wouldn't put the structure that would hold our family together the right way. So then they can needle in or needle insert, syringe insert levels of jealousy, sloth, envy, all this stuff. And then you sitting right there with it and you absorbing that same energy. And because you've partaken of the bull crap, now you afraid of your own sin. It don't work like that. You don't get to just change it because you want to. You know what I'm saying? You don't get to change it because you want to. You don't get to stop it because you want to. You got to fix it the right way. Oh, I can't do this. Well, you better figure it out. Just like you might have said that to somebody else, you better figure it out. You got to figure it out. What you did was wrong. What you lied on. If you sign some names on a paper that don't exist, they know that. They just ain't tell you that yet. They want to see what you're going to do. You can't run. You can't hide. You can't run. You can't hide. And if you do that, you're just going to make your problem that much more worse. So that be the real spill, yo. That be the ultimate understanding of everything. I be seeing them on social media. I be reading their titles. I be seeing what people be. You got to come bring this. You come back. Where you at? And all this. I'm like, people will sit there and watch my joint from the other side. Won't come. And sometimes it be so strong, they just gotta poke their head in and say something. But how you expect? You think it's gonna be a hallway where you chilling in the realm of the Almighty, and you're not gonna be conducive for the people that's there, or you gonna be up there with an attitude because you woke up late, or you're gonna have an itch on your back that you can't scratch, so everybody got to deal with how you feel that day. You think that's how it's gonna be when your energy rise? That life don't exist, so you can't get in there like that right now. Ain't no right now, not ever. You can't get close to higher levels with anything you deal with. Oh, I had something in my eye. I was listening, my hair. No, it ain't none of that. Why you look like that in your face? It ain't gonna be none of that low level shit. It don't exist there. And if you don't know what that life would look like because you never done it here, you got a lot of work to do. You got a lot of work to do. You got a lot of work to understand what conducive energy means. Look up the word. Look up being loving to everybody constantly, nonstop. What does that look like? Go watch some cartoons. See what it looks like when the girl one is like, I love you and I don't want nothing ever bad to happen to you. And he's like, I gotta be. And then he goes get hurt. And then she come and she save him. And he seems like he's stronger, but she's always there for him. You know what I'm saying? Like, go watch things that are at a small, minute level so you can sit there and laugh at it, but then look at your life for things that you've never done. How can a cartoon outdo you? How can a cartoon outdo you? Where do you think they got the knowledge for that? Where do you think they got the ideas for the cartoons and the pure love understandings? And where do you think they get this stuff from? Everything is labeled after the fruit of the divine. The fruit. The same fruit that they try to confuse you with in the story of Adam and Eve. The fruit had to come complete to give up seeds. So if divine sent something to this earth and told the angels to go look out for it, divine didn't have a bag of seeds. Hey, these seeds, I want you to take them down there and plant them. No, it was fruit. It was complete fruit, the forbidden fruit that would grow into divine energy. And this fruit was placed on the earth and should have been beings standing around it. And just all divine glory. Until that fruit broke down naturally and the seeds was able to grow naturally. But that's not what happened. They went against the divine because they didn't feel the need to spend their time lounging in such a beautiful place and having no troubles to deal with and not just having this ultimate break by being a babysitter to something that didn't need attention. They were mad about that. Something that didn't need you to look out for it, but you couldn't look out for it. And that's what the problem with that was the fallen's concept of reality. Divine has a way of showing you that he didn't give everything to situations. People will say, oh, they were endowed with all the knowledge. No, divine didn't endow them with all the knowledge. Because if that was the case, they would understood what it meant to be nurturing. Divine is the ultimate, the almighty creator. So knowing what that takes and giving love into that creation and allowing it to have a place to live and grow and thrive, that is a divine act in itself. So what the fallen did not know is how to bring forth life and allow it to grow. Didn't understand what that meant. What it was going to take after it came and took its first breath. What it was going to need after that. How well it was going to grow. What's going to help the bones grow. What's going to help it go out and go further. Divine can see through your time to your ending. As far as the fallen might have got was the fact that it knows how to get it started. But it's lifetimes after that. And divine couldn't allow that to be in it because a selfish notion would tie you into everybody's lifetime. So then you would always want to re-put yourself in someone's lifetime because you don't have the sight to see past that. You're not the Almighty. You're a creation of the Almighty. So since they couldn't find that unconditional love for the divine and be able to line up behind doing the right things, they do these attempts of failure. They always coming. They always sitting right in your face. You got another burger? What else you got? You got some more knowledge? Come on, the world want to know. Who gives a damn what the world want? If that was the case, the world would be expressing how well they love the Almighty to get what they need to get for them personally. No, people are selfish. And when that energy good, they, oh, let's see if we can get some more energy. Maybe that'll hold us down. No, these people are selfish. Do you think they ever put into the energy they take from? That was partially my bill yesterday when I was talking about the government. Contact me direct if you want knowledge. Respect my time. If you want what I have to offer, respect me. Otherwise, you're going to wait until I feel to put something out. So even blowing what they call gaslighting and blowing smoke, oh, this is great and this is great. You can talk about anybody else on this earth, but I know there's nobody speaking on it how I come at it, because they didn't divine it and give them the access to my existence. You have your own existence because you stand in that place every day. When you put your feet on your floor and I put my feet on my floor, it's in two different spaces. So you can't, no matter what you think about that, you can't have that. And when I decide to speak on what I want to speak on, it's all praises to the Almighty. I didn't even know I was at 36 minutes. See how fast that shit be happening? You be cooking, yo. You be cooking like that shit just be going and going and going like. But I ain't gonna hold y'all, yo. Just trying to show you something. We'll feed my dogs. Get my day started. I gotta jump online. Finish up. I did some things yesterday, so yeah, you wanna build with me? We can have a one-on-one private conversation. Or we can do a visual conversation. We can get on a one-on-one stream to where we can talk to each other face to face. I'm going to listen to you. I'm going to talk back to you. We can have this as a dialogue. I have it set up like that. Or we can jump on the phone and do a one-on-one. You know what I'm saying? Or we can go live if you want to do a live and have other people come in and listen to your point of view too, and me narrate that as a value. We can do that. It's so many different ways that we could do it. I kind of thrive more when I have a one-on-one with somebody, because then I can pull out the greatness about somebody and have you look at these individual things. But yeah, with that being said, I ain't gonna hold you. Information is always down in the description. Share this with somebody. Share this with a friend. Tell the family I say hi. You already know the vibes. NAGA the Wise.